Just a week after our divorce, my ex-husband Daniel married his so-called perfect wife. Everyone acted shocked. I didn't. Daniel had been emotionally gone months before our marriage legally ended. The only surprise was her. The new wife with porcelain skin, a sculpted jaw, golden hair, and a body straight out of a magazine. People praised her beauty like she was crafted by angels. But the moment I saw her face, I froze. Not because she was stunning, but because I recognized her. Mila Hendricks, the girl who sat in the back row of my high school English class, the girl who always kept her head down, the girl people mocked, ignored, and treated like she didn't exist. Back then, she had limp brown hair, uneven teeth, and oversized glasses sliding off her nose. She wore clothes 2 sizes too big. She barely spoke above a whisper. She was forgettable. I remembered her only because I once lent her a pen. She held it like it was a gift from heaven. She had been invisible to everyone else, including Daniel, who was the school's golden boy. If I told him her name back then, he wouldn't have even blinked. But now she was his perfect wife. And suddenly everything made sense. I didn't confront her. I didn't message her. I didn't even flinch. Because I understood one thing instantly. Mila wasn't here to steal my husband. She was here to ruin him. I could see it in her eyes. That cold, calculated calm that only comes from years of being overlooked, humiliated, and underestimated. If revenge had a face, it was hers. So I watched. Quietly, patiently, the same way she must have watched all of us back then. 2 months into their marriage, the cracks appeared. Daniel began showing up late to work. He looked exhausted, confused, unsure of himself. Mila had isolated him completely from his family, his friends, his habits, his confidence. She controlled his diet, his clothes, his appointments. People laughed behind his back. His mother once pulled me aside at a grocery store and whispered, "She's changing him into someone he's not. He doesn't even look like Daniel anymore." I didn't say a word. The day everything came crashing down, I got a message. From Mila, a single line. Coffee, 1 hour, same cafe from high school. I went. She was already seated. Perfect posture, perfect makeup, perfect smile. Except her eyes. Her eyes were the same as the girl in the back row. Quiet. Sharp. Unapologetic. I sat. She didn't waste a second. "I didn't steal your husband," she said calmly. "I took back a piece of my past." I stared at her, confused. She continued, "Do you remember senior year? When he and his friends rigged the votes for the Winter Dance Queen? When they put my name on the ballot as a joke?" My heart dropped. I remembered. Everyone laughed when Mila's name was announced. She ran out crying. Daniel had bragged about it back then. I felt sick. Mila leaned in, voice steady. "People forget their cruelty, but the ones they hurt never forget." She sipped her coffee, completely composed. Daniel married the woman he always wanted. The perfect fantasy. And now I'm showing him what it costs to chase perfection. I swallowed hard, because I realized then I wasn't the target. I never had been. Daniel was, and she had him right where she wanted him. 3 weeks later, it happened. Daniel was fired, his accounts were frozen, and their home, bought in her name, was locked to him. Mila filed for divorce the next morning. On cruelty grounds, she walked away untouched. He walked away with nothing. People whispered that she had planned it for years, that she rebuilt herself not just to escape her past, but to return to it and reclaim power. Was it true? I didn't know. But I knew this. Her revenge wasn't loud, but it was unforgettable. Months later, I ran into her again at a bookstore. She greeted me like an old classmate, not like the woman who had dismantled my ex-husband's life. Before she walked away, she paused beside me and said softly, "Don't waste tears on people who treated you like you didn't matter." "Some of us just choose quieter revenge," she smiled. the same sharp, soft smile of the girl I once overlooked. And I realized something. Some people spend their whole lives running from their past. Mila? She rebuilt herself and walked straight back to it. After my run-in with Mila at the bookstore, I expected her to disappear again, but instead, I started seeing her everywhere. Not physically, no, but in whispers, in conversations, in the trail of destruction she left behind. Because Daniel's downfall wasn't the end. It was only the beginning of uncovering what she had truly done and what she had become. It started when Daniel's sister Clarissa showed up at my door crying, not because she missed me, but because Mila had closed every door around Daniel, and Clarissa was scared she'd be next. She paced in my living room, wringing her hands. "She broke him, Evelyn," she said. "He barely leaves the house. He's paranoid. He keeps saying she planned everything." I kept my face neutral, but inside I was shaken. Because if Daniel, a man who always thought he was untouchable, was scared, then Mila had done something far deeper than taking his money and reputation. Clarissa continued. "He said she knew things about him, things nobody else knew, stuff from high school." My heart stopped. High school. The place where he and his friends once treated Mila like she was a joke. A place she clearly never forgot. Clarissa whispered, "He thinks she followed him for years. One night, curiosity got the better of me. I searched Mila's name online. Not the new Mila, not the glamorous wife. I looked for the old one, the quiet girl in the back row. I didn't find much. A few broken links, some scrubbed social media accounts, a volunteer page from years ago. But then, I stumbled on something odd. A digital art blog. Barely any followers, no personal photos, but on the front page was a sketch. A girl sitting in a high school classroom, in the back row, head down, surrounded by dark silhouettes laughing at her. The caption read, "Forgotten, but watching." The next post was titled, "They broke me. I rebuilt myself." And below it, a hyper-realistic drawing, a face, her face, but not the new Mila's face, the other one, the one she crafted through surgeries and reinvention. It was chilling. It was beautiful. It was strategic. She didn't just change herself. She designed herself, piece by piece, feature by feature, until she became the exact type of woman men like Daniel fall for instantly. I realized something that changed everything. Daniel didn't marry Mila by chance. She didn't just appear in his life. She had built her entire new identity around intersecting with him at the perfect moment. She volunteered at the charity he supported. She moved into a rental house 2 streets away from our old home. She accidentally dropped her groceries near him. She made him feel like the hero he always wanted to be. She didn't seduce him. She studied him. She mirrored his tastes, praised his ego, became what he fantasized about, and he, arrogant, oblivious, craving admiration, fell straight into her hands. A month later, I received another message from Mila. No greeting, no explanation, just library, quiet room, 6 p.m. For a second, I thought about ignoring it, but something in my gut told me to go. When I arrived, she was there, sitting alone at a wooden table, a stack of old yearbooks beside her. She gestured for me to sit. I did. Then she opened our senior yearbook and pointed to a page. A page I almost wished I'd never seen again. A page showing a cruel prank played on her, a fake award with her face photoshopped onto a most pathetic student certificate. She turned the page again. Another cruel joke, another humiliation. Another memory of pain that everyone else had forgotten. Everyone except her. She looked at me and said quietly, "They laughed. You didn't." My stomach twisted. I hadn't been her bully, but I hadn't been her friend either. I had simply looked away. She continued, "That's why I asked to meet you." I blinked, confused. "Why me?" Her expression softened, just for a moment. "Because you're the only one who didn't pretend I didn't exist. I didn't know whether that made me feel better or worse. Then she slid an envelope toward me. "This is the part I want you to have." Inside were receipts, screenshots, legal documents, evidence of everything she had orchestrated, a full blueprint of her revenge, a quiet, calculated masterpiece. "Why are you giving me this?" I asked. She leaned back, her voice calm and terrifyingly steady. "Because you're the only one who will tell the truth when the lies start spreading." I knew exactly what she meant. People always rewrite stories to comfort themselves. Daniel would try. His family would try. But I had the truth now, and she trusted me, the one person who once gave her a pen in high school, to hold her story. Her real story: just a week after our divorce, my ex-husband, Daniel, married his so-called perfect wife. Everyone acted shocked. I didn't. Daniel had been emotionally gone months before our marriage legally ended. The only surprise was her. The new wife with porcelain skin, a sculpted jaw, golden hair, and a body straight out of a magazine. People praised her beauty like she was crafted by angels. But the moment I saw her face, I froze. Not because she was stunning, but because I recognized her. Mila Hendricks, the girl who sat in the back row of my high school English class, the girl who always kept her head down, the girl people mocked, ignored, and treated like she didn't exist. Back then, she had limp brown hair, uneven teeth, and oversized glasses sliding off her nose. She wore clothes 2 sizes too big. She barely spoke above a whisper. She was forgettable. I remembered her only because I once lent her a pen. She held it like it was a gift from heaven. She had been invisible to everyone else, including Daniel, who was the school's golden boy. If I told him her name back then, he wouldn't have even blinked. But now, she was his perfect wife. And suddenly everything made sense. I didn't confront her. I didn't message her. I didn't even flinch. Because I understood one thing instantly. Mila wasn't here to steal my husband. She was here to ruin him. I could see it in her eyes, that cold, calculated calm that only comes from years of being overlooked, humiliated, and underestimated. If revenge had a face, it was hers. So I watched, quietly, patiently, the same way she must have watched all of us back then. 2 months into their marriage, the cracks appeared. Daniel began showing up late to work. He looked exhausted, confused, unsure of himself. Mila had isolated him completely, from his family, his friends, his habits, his confidence. She controlled his diet, his clothes, his appointments. People laughed behind his back. His mother once pulled me aside at a grocery store and whispered, "She's changing him into someone he's not. He doesn't even look like Daniel anymore." I didn't say a word. The day everything came crashing down, I got a message. From Mila, a single line. "Coffee? 1 hour, same cafe from high school." I went. She was already seated. Perfect posture, perfect makeup, perfect smile, except her eyes. Her eyes were the same as the girl in the back row. Quiet, sharp, unapologetic. I sat. She didn't waste a second. "I didn't steal your husband," she said calmly. "I took back a piece of my past." I stared at her, confused. She continued, "Do you remember senior year, when he and his friends rigged the votes for the Winter Dance Queen? When they put my name on the ballot as a joke?" My heart dropped. I remembered. Everyone laughed when Mila's name was announced. She ran out crying. Daniel had bragged about it back then. I felt sick. Mila leaned in, voice steady. "People forget their cruelty, but the ones they hurt never forget." She sipped her coffee, completely composed. Daniel married the woman he always wanted. The perfect fantasy. And now I'm showing him what it costs to chase perfection. I swallowed hard, because I realized then I wasn't the target. I never had been. Daniel was, and she had him right where she wanted him. 3 weeks later it happened. Daniel was fired. His accounts were frozen, and their home, bought in her name, was locked to him. Mila filed for divorce the next morning, on cruelty grounds. She walked away untouched. He walked away with nothing. People whispered that she had planned it for years, that she rebuilt herself not just to escape her past, but to return to it and reclaim power. Was it true? I didn't know. But I knew this. Her revenge wasn't loud, but it was unforgettable. Months later, I ran into her again at a bookstore. She greeted me like an old classmate, not like the woman who had dismantled my ex-husband's life. Before she walked away, she paused beside me and said softly, "Don't waste tears on people who treated you like you didn't matter." "Some of us just choose quieter revenge," she smiled, the same sharp, soft smile of the girl I once overlooked. And I realized something. Some people spend their whole lives running from their past. Mila, she rebuilt herself and walked straight back to it. I didn't expect to hear from Daniel again, but one night, months after Mila disappeared into her perfect, untouchable silence, I got a call. The number was unfamiliar. His voice wasn't. But it was nothing like the man I married. It was broken, exhausted, uncertain. "Evelyn, can we talk?" My first instinct was to hang up, but curiosity, and something deeper, older, kept me on the line. We met at a small bar off the highway, the kind of place people go when they want to be forgotten. Daniel looked like a ghost wearing his own face. His eyes were sunken. His hands shook. His once perfect posture was gone. He sat across from me and whispered, "I think she ruined my life." For a long moment I said nothing, then he continued. The first red flag he ignored. Daniel told me the day he realized something was off. It was 2 months after the wedding. He woke up in the middle of the night and found Mila sitting on the floor in the dark, staring at their wedding photos. Not smiling, not crying, just staring. He asked her what she was doing. She looked up and said, "Just studying." He laughed it off. But he told me that something about her eyes, calm, cold, analytical, made his stomach twist. He said it felt like she wasn't looking at the photos. She was looking through them, Daniel continued. One afternoon he came home early and found her on her laptop. He said she actually jumped, and slammed it shut. When he asked what she was doing, she smiled sweetly and said, "Shopping for curtains." But he swore he saw rows of files on her screen, organized into folders, labeled with dates, years, locations, names from high school, names of people he once mocked, pranked, or hurt, names he didn't even remember, and hers, always hers. Daniel's voice shook when he told me this. One day during an argument, he shouted, "Why are you acting like you know me better than I know myself?" Mila didn't scream back. She didn't even blink. She simply walked to their bedroom and returned with a box. Inside were things from his teenage years, things he lost or forgot about. His old varsity jacket, a yearbook he didn't sign, photos from parties, a keychain from his first car, notes he passed in class, and a recording, a small USB. She plugged it into the TV, and there it was. A video of him and his friends laughing in the hallway years ago, mocking a quiet, awkward girl walking by. Mila. He stared at the screen in horror. She watched him with that same calm expression and said, "I've always remembered you, even when you didn't see me." That was when he stopped sleeping. Daniel told me he once woke up and found her sitting at the edge of the bed, watching him. She wasn't smiling. She wasn't angry. She was studying him again. He asked what she was doing. She said, "I was remembering." He said it was the scariest moment of his life, because in that moment, he realized she hadn't married him out of love. She hadn't married him out of desire. She married him because she wanted him to feel something he had never felt before: fear, powerlessness, and the weight of his own actions. As he spoke, something strange happened. I didn't feel pity. I didn't feel sympathy. I felt clarity. Daniel wasn't innocent. He wasn't a victim. He was simply someone who had lived his whole life believing his cruelty would never return to him. And now it had, quietly, in the form of a woman he once ignored. When he finished talking, he looked at me with desperate eyes. "Evelyn, do you think she planned everything?" I didn't answer, because I knew the truth. She had planned everything, but not alone. There was something else he didn't know yet. Something I hadn't told him. Something I learned from the envelope Mila gave me. And I could see the moment approaching, the moment I would have to decide whether to tell him. Because Mila's revenge wasn't just about him. It was about all of them. Everyone who participated, everyone who laughed, everyone who watched and did nothing. And I had proof in my hands. Proof that her plan wasn't finished. Proof that Daniel's downfall was only the first domino. He whispered, "Evelyn, what if she comes back?" I looked at him, and for the first time ever, he looked small. After Daniel left the bar that night, I couldn't sleep. His voice, his fear, the look in his eyes. It all looped in my mind like a broken record. I should have known the end would be bloody. Not literally, but the kind of bloodless ruin that destroys a person's entire identity, legacy, and future in one merciless swipe. Mila was not done, not even close. She had broken Daniel's confidence. She had destroyed his finances. She had taken his home. But this final move? This one was designed to erase him. 3 days after Daniel's drunken rant in the restaurant, I woke to the sound of my phone vibrating non-stop. Calls, texts, notifications. But the one message that froze me came from Mila. "Turn on the news." My hand trembled a little as I tapped the screen. And there it was. Daniel. Not in a suit. Not smiling. Not polished. But being dragged out of a corporate building in handcuffs. Face swollen, hair wild, shouting nonsense about conspiracies and sabotage. The headline burned. Former financial director arrested for multi-million-dollar fraud scheme. I gasped, because I knew Daniel. He was a lot of things. Vain, disloyal, arrogant. But he wasn't a criminal. This was something else. And I knew exactly whose fingerprints were on it. Mila called. She didn't say hello. She didn't laugh. Her voice was calm, smooth, frighteningly steady. "He ruined my life when I was too powerless to fight back. I just balanced the equation." "Mila, fraud charges. That's..." She cut me off gently. "Don't worry. He won't go to prison." Relief washed over me for a split second. "He'll go somewhere much worse." My skin prickled. "What did you do?" Silence. Then, "I didn't do anything illegal. I just revealed the parts of him the world ignored." But I didn't believe that. Not for a second. It took days for the full picture to emerge. Daniel had unknowingly signed documents, dozens, while married to Mila. He thought they were refinancing papers, investment authorizations, house repairs. He never read a single one. Because Mila had made herself indispensable. She handled everything. Bills, taxes, letters, emails. She had slowly taught him to depend on her, to trust her, until he became blind. What he really signed? Shell company transfers, suspicious wire authorizations, approval for accounts he didn't know existed. All in his name, none in hers. And the moment she filed for divorce, she handed everything neatly to the authorities. Not anonymously, not quietly. She walked into the station in a cream coat, hair in a perfect bun, and said, "I believe my husband has been involved in financial misconduct. Here are the documents. Here are the accounts. Here are the signatures." The officer looked at her like she was a national hero. Daniel looked at her like she was the devil. She was both. Daniel was not arrested for a real crime. He was arrested for the illusion of one. An illusion Mila built so flawlessly that not even he could prove his own innocence. His job, gone. His reputation, vaporized. His name, blacklisted. But the worst part? During the investigation, his mental state unraveled. He kept insisting his wife set him up. He ranted, yelling about her controlling his life, manipulating everything. To outsiders, he sounded paranoid, unhinged, delusional, which is exactly what Myla wanted. The court declared him mentally unstable. They didn't put him in prison, they put him in a psychiatric evaluation facility. Just like she said, worse, much worse. 3 weeks later, Myla asked to meet me, not at a cafe, not in a public place, at an abandoned building from our old neighborhood, the one we used to walk past on the way to school. I should have said no, but I went. She was standing by a broken window, moonlight slicing across her flawless face. She turned slowly, like she had been expecting me. "Why me?" I asked. "Why tell me everything?" She smiled faintly. "Because you're the only one who ever showed me kindness." I blinked. "Kindness? I barely knew you." "You gave me a pen." My breath caught. That was nothing. To you. But to a girl no one looked at. That tiny moment became a memory I saved, a reminder that not everyone was cruel. My chest tightened. She stepped closer, her beauty sharp as a weapon, her voice smooth as silk. I ruined him, not because of the prank, not because of high school, but because he built his adult life on breaking women who trusted him. Her eyes locked with mine, calm, bright, terrifying. There was no guilt in her, no regret, only victory. Weeks later, Daniel was released. Not cleared, just released. A broken man, homeless, disgraced, hollow. People whispered that he wandered the streets talking to himself, terrified he would see her again. Terrified of the woman he once called perfect. The end.